Hey guys, welcome back to another very exciting episode of Bad Movie Night. My name is Chris. Not much coming out. Just did a movie called Butchers, but beyond that, couldn't really find anything new to cover, so I went on to Tubi.tv. And I went down a hole, my friends. And I found this. Look at that goddamn cover. My god, that is so cool. The movie's gonna be fucking awesome. Lifeform from 2019. Directed, written by Max Dementor. What a hell of a name right off the bat. You know you're in for a good time. Lifeform. We're going to go on a little journey here through this movie because this is an interesting one. Certainly a low budget affair, but very ambitious. Really pretty fun. And a goddamn mess, but I kind of loved it in almost every way. So the movie opens immediately in the credits with some goddamn life forms flying at your face, little amoeboids or something. I don't know, I'm not a scientist. There's a praying mantis. It's so cool. They could have used a different font, I'll grant them that. But if you gotta go with Calibri or Arial, you just go with it, I guess. And then the movie cuts in with two women walking around in the darkness, talking about how the one woman set the other one up with her brother and she ended up giving him a lap dance. Quality screenwriting being showcased here.
I can't believe he asked you for a lap dance.
And I thought it was supposed to be a date.
That is the last time I set you up with my brother.
And then, you know, it's okay because she's from Siberia, which is a thing.
Trust me, I'm from Siberia.
This scene kind of showcases like what you're in for with this movie. And this scene got me on board because my God, there is some great stuff going on here. Why? What is with all these cars, horns, and police sirens and shit popping off left and right?
I'm going this way. That way is dangerous at this time of night. Be careful, Becca.
I'm always careful.
Like, this is some crazy ass editing going on. The ADR is terrible. It looks like sometimes they're walking against like a green screen and the streets behind them are fake, but I can't really tell anymore at this point. The two women separate and then the one woman continues down the alleyway to find trash cans where her friend is somehow dead with her titty hanging out. How does that happen? Maybe it's because I'm not from Siberia and I don't understand these kind of things. It just didn't seem to make any sense. But I was okay with it. One hell of a cold open you got going in there, guys. That was exciting stuff, and I really... I don't know what it says about me, but I thought it was pretty fun. And then we were introduced to our main character, Dr. Peter. I don't know what the fuck his name is. I made that up. But we get a little backstory from him and his torrid past he had with his sister dying of what appears to be some sort of possession, or maybe not because there's these fucking squid things coming out of her mouth. I don't know. It made no sense, but I was okay with it because I like science. Then we learned that Dr. Peter works in the offshoot of a dentist office where he's working on advanced science, but is being demoted to work on Harry's jellyfish project. But meanwhile, his wife, stricken with some crazy unseen illness, falls into a coma as she sees Dr. Pete make out with his lab assistant. And that's the catalyst for the whole movie, in which Dr. Pete then dives deep into dark science and tries to bring his wife back. And perhaps she will become the Lifeform. She definitely does become the Lifeform. So I like bad movies, so I was on board for this ride, and I like when they have Gentech Corporation and she walks into a building and it clearly looks like a chiropractor's office or something like that, and in no way it looks like a big multi-million-dollar laboratory. That stuff's fun because it's so stupid. And the movie continues on with all these kind of mistakes the whole time. There is definitely issues with this movie. The sound is awful. But I did kind of enjoy the stepping montage where it was just a bunch of people competing with all their step sound effects. But you know what? This movie pays off in just about every way. Like, You could do this kind of stuff, all these inept things, but never really show anything and just kind of make a boring movie. And this movie is not boring. I mean, it's dumb.
Do you think we're stupid?
I think you are.
And it goes on for a long time, but there's a lot of payoffs to these sequences. You see the monster, and there's gore effects, and there's lens flare, and there is lens flare in this movie, and I don't know where it's coming from, because my God, they go into a basement, fucking you can't see shit. You need sunglasses on because there's lens flare everywhere. She goes to open a door handle, and it's filled with lens flare off that door handle. I don't know where it's coming from. Literally every scene has lens flare in it. They added lens flare in the post. I guess to give it like a J.J. Abrams kind of thing or something. I don't know what they were going for. I guess they maybe try and boost the production quality, give it a little unique look. But when you're in the basement and you have a shelf of paint cans, I feel like paint cans aren't gonna give off a bunch of lens flare. But I don't know. So our main character, Dr. Peter Strasberg, I don't know, I'm making that up, gets demoted, so he secretly sets up a scientific workshop in the basement of Gen Tech. What the hell is this place called? Gen Tech. Yeah, I got it right. Wow. Of Gen Tech with his lab assistant, furiously doing scientific montages to try and resurrect his wife who's left in a coma. And then we learn that Gen Tech actually knows this and is spying on them because they hid a little camera behind the paint cans. That's why you gotta check behind them paint cans. You gotta check it. And about 45 minutes into this movie, the Lifeform makes more of an appearance. His wife now starts transforming into this Lifeform, although she's able to transform back, but she loses control. At one point, she goes and finds this lab assistant who her husband made out with, and licks her. And that is the thing with this movie. Most women in this movie are in some sort of stage of being undressed, getting undressed, showering, or if not, then they just have the ladies' clothes get ripped off by monsters. It happens a lot. Dr. Peter, unwilling, I guess, to get naked. Double standards, that's what I'm telling you. Double standards. Eventually we end up in the final set piece, which is the factory of tarps, I guess is what you would call it, because every wall is just kind of covered with tarps. And we get the full Lifeform visual, which is fucking cool. Like, it looks like a cheap CGI monster, but they animated the hell out of it, and I gotta give them props for it, because it looks like it was a lot of work. The monster itself looks like the Species monster, which just looks like a xenomorph with boobs, and this just kind of looks like a worse version of that. But it's pretty fun, and they didn't just use all CGI, because there's moments that are intermixed with the action scenes where like a mouth or a hand or whatever shoots out, and that's like a practical effect. So it was a lot of work, and I appreciated it. Like, I had a lot of fun with that stuff. So this is a bad movie. There's no denying it. The camera work's kind of crappy. The sound design is god awful. The idea is stupid but fun. The acting is terrible. The effects are not good but fun, and just this movie is fun if you like bad movies. There's a lot to have fun with it. If you're looking for a movie to watch with your friends and not pay super close attention to, it's well worth it. It's on Tubi. So yeah, you could do worse. Lifeform, we all are them, I guess, I don't know. I will catch you here next time. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Goodbye.